Hello and welcome to Health Matters on Channels Television. Thanks for joining us. I am Mary Alale Yusuf. A food allergy is an abnormal response to food. The signs and symptoms may range from mild to severe. They may include itchiness and swelling of the tongue. When the symptoms are severe, it's known as anaphylaxis. Food allergies, which are more common in children, occur in 4 to 8% of people in the developed world. But according to the World Allergy Organization, it is generally accepted that food allergies affect 2.5% of the general population, with the prevalence rate spread over a range of 1 to 10%. Males seem to be more affected than females. My guest on the show today is a nutrition consultant at Rencare Integrated Limited. He is Dr. Olufemi Adende. You're welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much.
It seems as if there are particular foods that occur more often than others when it comes to allergies. Are there basic food types?
There are basic food types, yes, but it is not only food that causes reactions.
Definitely.
Food, water, drinks, all sorts of things.
Well, they all come under food as long as it goes into the mouth.
Okay, all right. If you say it that way, yeah, you were taking a broad sweep.
That's right.
Okay, that's fine. But the question that I always raise is we need to go to the bottom line. Why is the body reacting? And that tells me only one thing. There is a defect somewhere, not only in the body's response, because the body's response is automatic, but in some of the safeguards that the body has in place to keep out things it does not like.
So there's an abnormality somewhere with maybe the receptors in the body?
The lining of the gut. I mean, one of the fathers of medicine says death begins in the gut. So does life. The lining of your intestine is the interface between the outside and your body. And your body takes things in from there. But that lining is like, I usually describe it as the border between two nations. You have immigration officers, you have security officials, you have all sorts of security apparatus sitting on that border. Your body has exactly the same system. So if anything gets through that is not supposed to get through, the body reacts immediately. The other thing is, if your body is going to react, the thing needs to get through first. The lining of your intestine is like the size of 2 to 3 lawn tennis courts. It's that big. But it's a very fine mesh. And things are supposed to have been broken down completely to the smallest molecules so that they just diffuse through. If something gets through that is not completely broken down, the body then recognizes it as a foreign protein.
So sometimes the problem is with the breakdown, not the food particularly.
Correct.
Okay.
One of the biggest allergens is peanuts. The other one is milk. The third one will be wheat.
Okay.
Milk, cow's milk, for example, is a classical case. It has things that get the bodies back up. We're not supposed to be drinking cow's milk. Because, one, for some people, it contains a sugar called lactose that they do not have the enzymes to break down.
Doesn't breast milk have lactose in it?
But that is made by the human breast.
Okay.
And the lactose in it is actually a little bit minimal. But breast milk also has immune globulins that supports everything that goes with it. The cow's milk also has the same thing, but it also has a protein called casein,
yes,
which your body is not able to break down. And if your body doesn't break it down completely, when it gets to the lining where you are supposed to absorb it, the partially broken down casein forces its way through the mesh, creating a big hole.
But with what you're saying now, that means everybody should be reacting to cow's milk, but not everybody does.
We all have different levels of reaction. The fact that you eat a food and you do not respond to it immediately doesn't mean that your body's hackles are not being upped. There are times when it becomes a war of attrition. Your body sees a piece of food, it's reacting to it, but it hasn't reached the level at which it will have a blowout reaction. So that doesn't stop the body's reaction. The body still raises a level of what we call inflammation. And the inflammation is the body telling you, I don't like this, I can deal with it, I don't like it, but the more inflammation that you get, the more likely you are to have a disease state.
Okay, you talk about inflammation. Is this inflammation within the body, in the gut, or does it show outside?
It's everywhere. A lot of people will tell you, if I eat wheat, I may not feel anything, but I feel a pain in my joint, in my elbow, in
pain
my
in the
knee.
joints?
Yeah, that's inflammation.
Okay, let's even go to the symptoms. We've spoken about itchiness and swelling of the tongue. By the way, that one sounds dangerous. Are there others?
Depending on the individual, the reactions may range from sneezing to runny eyes to itches to huge plaques, almost like hives. Again, it depends on the body, it depends on the particular immune system and the reaction generated.